Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsApp, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Friday. Friday is the day of the week. We turn to the BonBon buddies over on Patreon and say, hey guys, vote us in a map, and they've gone with this one. And it's an interesting one, based on a real-life location down under in Australia, Tasmania, Australia. This is one of those locations that back in ye old days, my ancestors would send all the convicts down under, because we were really, really well educated back in those days, down under to be rehabilitated to become normal, proper human citizens. Yeah, like that really worked. Anyway, what can I tell you about the map is, well, first of all, let's get this out of the way.
It's my first map.
That's right. And there are some flaws. Easily fixed flaws. I'll point them out. Hopefully the creator will watch the show. I know they've seen the channel, and hopefully they'll go back and fix the little problems that there are. No problem, of course, with BonBonBingo. Link is in the description. Play along, have fun, check off the memes as you go. But before you do that, it's the daily reminder. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Port Arthur by PorcelainUnicorns. What a fabulous name. In fact, if there was ever a name that was fabulous, PorcelainUnicorns is definitely fabulous. There's your start square. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I've got a lake for water, little lake, just a little lake. Terrain heights are well, they're hilly with flat areas, of course. Resources are good and strong, no issues with resources at all, plenty of stuff to get hold of there. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, we have all the varieties. The tuna apparently is upstream though, because that's where tuna live. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, mass transit. You will need mass transit for this one, and it's a short list of requirements there. Now, it's a beautifully written description, so beautifully written that today's factoid is going to be taken word for word from one of these paragraphs. I found it very interesting indeed. Thank you. We also, a little shout out to BonBonB at the bottom there. I've heard of him. I've heard of him. Thank you very much. Here's your one-click collection. We'll be using the Cedar Valley 4K theme and the Relight Cool LUT. Now, Tree Anarchy also is there as well. Now, the Relight Cool, they've also recommended the Champagne LUT, which I've never seen before. I tried the Champagne LUT. I really don't like it. I really don't like the Champagne LUT. I want to like the Champagne LUT, but I just... It's certainly not on this map. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinions, and if PorcelainUnicorns really like Champagne LUT, then go for it. But yeah, it's really not to my taste. Certainly not for a flyover. The Relight Cool LUT really makes the map pop a lot more. Maybe once the city starts building, then possibly that's where the Champagne LUT would come in, giving you a little bit of haze on the hot city, maybe. Anyway, down here is your start square. I would say we've got the 2-lane mass transit highways going on here. And there's your start square area. Nice cleared buildable areas going on there. We've got billboard to enter the... And there you go. We are in alligator country. It's a crocodiles in Australia though, isn't it? I think. Doesn't make so much of a difference. And then I like the way that the vanilla wishbone here has been smoothed out a little bit. Makes it much more pleasing. And we've got a little jinky janky going on right here as well. That's a little jinky to the left and jankies go to the right. So it's a jinky, that one. And then the highway then goes back to the edge of the map and then runs the entire length of the edge of the map, which we'll get to in a moment, all the way up to where it exits at the top there. So we're not going to follow all the way up there because that's not going to tell you anything. We're going to jump straight over to the rail because the rail is over here as well. Now, realism, well, if you're after realistic slopes and inclines and gradients, they're not really on this particular map. Was that that's trees very close to the line. Watching out for trees on the line. There's one. There's a branch line for you. Anyway, yes, yeah, there's some gradients on the rail which are a little bit beyond realism. but this is a fantastical take on a real life location. It's only inspired by, so, and again, as a My First map, we are to expect maybe a few little things like this. Where is it? I mean, it's smooth. It's not going off a cliff. It's just steep. Too steep for trains normally. But anyway, then having got to the bottom, down by the start square, it goes back up the hill on the other side. So we have that. Now you're thinking, oh, we're going to go to an intermission in a minute, because look, we're heading back towards the end. Well, we could. But this would be a very early intermission, and there's not too many things to jump about in the second half of the show, and this would be a very short show. There is, however, two sides to the map. Let's turn those lines off. There we go. There are two sides to the map. This side of the map, which has got the big buildable spaces, is, I'm guessing, where your big city will be. And the other side of the map, which is more scenic, more national parky, and somewhere where you could probably play with a national road, like this. I'm liking this national road. I like the route it takes. I like the way that it's been drawn out. It's find it interesting. There are a couple of interesting locations on it as well. And we're going to see a custom bridge as well, which is a good thing. It's a good thing that PorcelainUnicorns has actually thought about, you know what, I'm going to do something a bit interesting. Now, the map, like I say, you're looking at it going, hang on, you say there are problems with the map. There are problems with the map, there are. But, again, nothing that can't be fixed quickly. Mind you don't park your boat underneath the... perhaps they've parked it there to come back for it later, maybe. Anyway, some nice switchbacks going up through the valley here. And then, as we go down into the next valley, we've got a little rest area down here, which is very neat. We've got another billboard there for getting your scooters fixed. Now, our billboard is really quite funny. Those of you that saw this rest area, yes, seen that, right? Those of you that saw the promo, I upload a promo most days, the day before the show. That billboard is in German and in English with an address in London. It's a scooter repair sign in German for a scooter repair firm in London. I mean, I'd never really noticed that one before. It's crazy. Thank you very much for putting that down there. You're not getting marked down on the billboard because, I mean, the billboard contents are whatever. That's vanilla rules. I can let that go. But I just found it quite funny. Thank you very much. You made me smile. Oh, also making me smile, we have this custom rail bridge. And there's good stuff going on with this custom rail bridge. Okay. First of all, look at how the, the pillar placement, but how the pillars align with the catenaries. Those are very nicely done. Then we go down the steep hill to the bottom there and along to the end of the map over that way.
You've worked hard and lived a long life. Maybe it's time to talk to your doctor about Bonaire.
With all male enhancement drugs, a chance of a blood clot in your willy is possible. If that happens, just enjoy your last minutes knowing you achieved what you thought was impossible. Do not buy a Bonaire from the guy outside of Speedway.
Talk to your doctor today about prescription Bonaire. Bonaire, a fossil company.
And so back to Port Arthur by PorcelainUnicorns. That ad just jumped in and bit me on the bum. I was going to warn you about it, but it was too late. Yeah, thanks. This old game. Let's get this old gamer to 500 subscribers. Come on, let's do it. Let's make it our Christmas challenge. Go on. Okay, shipping routes goes off to the edge of the map over there. We've got some shipping triangles going on as well. And it's a little bit clunky, but it's going to work. It's going to work. I have no major grumbles with the shipping routes on that one, but it is a bit clunky. Now, in terms of water flow, this is just outside of the start square. The start square only has that one little lake, so you're probably going to want to be playing with water towers and then expanding out to this river if you really want to pump your sewage out and make your water nice and tasty. But don't feed it back to your residents because they won't like it. Okay, your map is, say, interesting. We have two sides to it. There's this side, which has the big buildable spaces and swooping coastlines and that big old bay river thing. And then this side, which is a lot more rugged and a lot more national parky, and that's where your national road is going that we took the second part of the journey on. And then we've got a couple of islands dotted in the middle. I find it an interesting shape. But let's check out some of the interesting features. First of all, the essential lighthouse for the BonBonBingo players. Yes, in orange. Nice. Okay, good. We are off. Then we have this. This is the secondary water source just outside of the start square. And this river just emerges out of the side there in a clunk. It's a very clunky water spawn and a very clunky river leading down to... I would have just had the lake. I think just having the lake there on its own with a spawn at the top forcing the water out would have worked nicely. Here's the other side of the map now. Remember the rail which we came to, and have a little look at this. Okay, so we're not coming here to check out how steep it is because we've already talked about how steep the rail can be. Just follow the rail line. Look at the rail on the right. Let's get down there. The rail line on the right. Now watch it. Watch the rail line on the right. And there. That is interesting. Very interesting. What we're going to do is we switch this on. Boom. We have a one-way train track. Now, you need the one-way train tracks mod to have the one-way train track, but in this case, the one-way train track is, well, making life a bit difficult for trains to get in to the map down here. Also, we have national roads. National road, yes, but two-lane highway there, and that's one way against as well, heading off in the direction that we're facing. As is that little bridge there. That's a two-lane national highway, a national two-lane highway, not national road, two-lane highway. That's one way as well. So we got a few issues there. We also have a little issue on the main highway that we started on. Remember I said that we won't follow down. Let's go put the camera that way. You'll see where... Remember that? Yeah. There's a broken little bit of highway here as well. Again, very easy to fix, but not if you're playing vanilla rules, because this is outside of the 25 tiles, so that wouldn't be fixable. Let's talk about some good stuff though. I like the tree placement. I like the tree work. I don't think we're talking about top level tree painting here, but I'm talking good tree painting. Effort has been made and I appreciate it. There's nothing wrong with it. We're just not talking about, we're not talking about a map that has really pushed the boundaries, gone to the top quality. It's good though, it's strong, and I'm happy with that. And down to the start square. Oh, hello. How dare you interrupt me. Down to the start square. We have the P-22 Soviet Tenement by arthaix. Nothing but an arthaix. I did that in the chart show, didn't I? I can't help it. It's just stuck in my head now. Factoids, because factoids. Port Arthur had a reputation as the place at the end of the world and an inescapable prison. It's separated from Tasmania's mainland by shark-filled waters, connected only by a small isthmus, guarded by a line of guard dogs and outposts. However, many tried to escape, such as one man who used a kangaroo skin to try and sneak past the guard line, dressed up as a kangaroo, right? The half-starved guards attempted to shoot the kangaroo for food, at which point he was forced to reveal himself and surrender. Tried to hop his way out of prison. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny. Sorry. P-22 Soviet Tenement by arthaix. Nothing but an arthaix tenement. Very nice. Yeah, Port Arthur by PorcelainUnicorns. Yes, so yes, I'd like to apologise for our colonial past over here in the UK. I don't apologise for my forefathers and my forefathers' fathers and my father's father's fathers. If you're still here, your chance to vote on the map. Hello. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description that takes you to the voting page where you can vote for free with the Facebook, Gmail, Apple, or a Patreon account. What do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, it's not bad actually. I'm liking the tree mix. I'm liking the theme and everything. I feel that the overall map just lacks that little bit of any sort of wow or panache. Oh, pizzazz. I'm going pizzazz, not panache. But it lacks a pizzazz. I'm going to go for a very high 3 stars. It feels about right. Detailing there's not too much to talk about. What is there is okay, actually. But again, we're not talking next level. So again, I'm gonna go for a medium high 3 stars. It's not too bad at all. And I appreciate the custom bridge. Gameplay potential. I would go for a medium high 3 stars again, quite happily, maybe even 4. But I'm going to go 2 stars because of the broken networking. Broken networking still makes the map playable, but it's technically broken bits. So Port Arthur by PorcelainUnicorns, 2 stars for gameplay. So yeah, that's not a bad effort. Not bad for a first map. That is not a bad effort. Looks pretty good. Very interesting location to take on. And yes, just need to go back and just check your work. Just check your work. Look for the simple mistakes, because that's all there were on there was simple mistakes, and that'll boost your stars quite nicely. Anyway, if you are still here now, you are part of the 20 and out elites. Use the word of the day in the comments to score yourself some population points, and I'll be coughing. I'll be coughing until tomorrow morning. See you then.